I am at Panorama Point at Capitol Reef National Park in Utah. Today is Wednesday, December 16th, 2020. That was me. And that right over there is Chimney Rock in the center of the screen. This is goosenecks at Capitol Reef National Park. It's called that because the river down below, which is frozen, kind of goosenecks its way around the rock. So you can kind of see the river down there, going off to the shadow. And it carved out these rock formations that you see. Unlike at Bryce Canyon National Park, Capitol Reef, the weather here is about 30-32 degrees, maybe a wind of 5 miles an hour. Much more pleasant than it was yesterday. And much more quiet too. There's the frozen river, again, winding its way through the canyon. You could hear the slight gurgling of water. Whatever part of the river below is not frozen. Okay, I'm not sure what idiot decided to call this an easy trail that supposedly is only 0.2 of a mile. But it's to something called the Tanks here in Capitol Reef National Park. And the tanks are supposed to be pools of water. So you climb over all these rocks and you go through all sorts of sand and you're near drop-offs. And what do you get? This. A sand pit. A sand pit. A pit of sand. This is the pits. I can go for a sandwich. I think this is really dumb. Why in the world would anybody waste their time, like I did just now, to come to a sand pit? I mean, I'm sure this is nice and pretty when there's pools of water here. But come on, really? And this is where the trail ends, apparently. Capitol Reef National Park. Whoever wrote the description for this trail to the tanks, which is what this is supposed to be called, should be shot. No, not with a gun, with a camera. I'm not a violent person. But I did find out this is a pretty good echo chamber here. Hello! It just goes all the way around the canyon. It kind of goes that way and then veers to the left. This was a stupid idea! Wow, that went for a couple of seconds. It goes around and then behind me. Alright, so just trying to have some fun and make light of a really ridiculous situation. Although I have to say, you know, this is kind of nice surroundings and everything. I mean, I do like the rock formation. But that's not the point. Point is, I want tanks. So this is what I say to Capitol Reef National Park. Tanks a lot. Okay, I went a little further up the rocks, and I got one more pit of sand, two more pits of sand. These probably look very nice when they're filled with water. Today is Wednesday, December 16th, 2020. So maybe it's the wrong time of year to see what they call the tanks. And the trail must end here because there's nothing really back this way, except for a suggestive rock, which I will probably use in a future article of places with suggestive names. But here at Capitol Reef National Monument, I can literally say, these are the pits. I'm going to go back to civilization now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you decide to dislike it, well, I can't blame you. If you decide to like it, well, thank you very much. On to the next place. Okay, look. This is some nice scenic views. I will admit that. Very pretty. Not all that much unlike anything else in some of the other national parks in Utah. I mean, it is nice. It really is. But I drove 10 miles on a scenic road, then about 2¼ miles or 2½ miles down a gravel road. Then I hiked a mile in until I saw that Tanks trail sign, and then another supposed 0.2 miles to climb this easy trail, real easy. It couldn't have been easier than, I can't think of anything easier. And just to go all the way, just to go all the way to sand pits, which are down under that very suggestive rock formation, right down into there. You can't see them from here because you have to hike down in there and climb down some rocks on this easy trail. Easy, my foot. There are signs in the park that say that hidden cameras are watching to make sure that no one scribbles graffiti on the rocks, which is a great idea, actually, because who wants graffiti on these rocks? There's a $300 fine if they catch you. I think they bought the cameras, caught a few graffiti artists, reimbursed the federal government, and maybe I'm giving them too much credit, just so they could watch people like me come into this canyon. And they're probably laughing in some comfortable room somewhere, saying, gee, look at this, here's another one that's going to do this. We're going to fool him into thinking that there's tanks and pools of water. Ha ha ha. No, that's not what happened. So, all right, time to get back down. I don't even know where the Capitol Gorge Trail ends, which is where this goes into, but I'll tell you what, this is the epitome to see sand pits, and I pity anyone who comes here thinking they're going to see something that is just worth the time and the effort to get here on this easy trail. Rant over. Okay, I have a quiz for you. I'm coming down off this trail, and that's your quiz. Can you find the trail? Where is it? Now, if you really want a hint, there's a sign down here which tells you that this trail is 2/10 of a mile long. I now know why they call this Capitol Reef National Park, even though it's near no water. There must have been water here at one time, but it's all dried up, just like the sand pits, or the tanks, as they called it. All right, now the rant is really over. Oh. There's some bighorn sheep back that way. I'm hiding behind a bush so that they can't see me, but they can detect me.